I'm 23 years old. I'm from the Netherlands. I grew up in a tiny town in the Netherlands. Part of my family is Christian, part of my family is atheist. So I grew up with a lot of questions in life. Alhamdulillah, at some point, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guided me to Islam. Just right before I turned 21, I reverted to Islam. Alhamdulillah. I've had different stages in my life. I think in the beginning I was an atheist when I was very young, but it was purely because of my environment. At the older age, when speaking about being 13, 14 years old, I more call myself as someone who believed in something higher, but I just couldn't find the answer. I believed in something, but I didn't know what it was. No one could relate with me when I was younger, 15, 16 years old. Everyone was partying. Everyone was gaming, following their desires, everything. But there was just one group that constantly were just really relating to me. I mean, they were also not drinking for other reasons than what I was believing at that time. They were also waking up early. They were waking up for Fajr, but I was waking up because I wanted to grow my business and learn about life and all these kinds of stuff. So that's, I think, the moment when I was really attached to them. I started to be really attached to them. I'm even at some age, when I was 16, 17 years old, I remember that my dad said like, why are you only hanging around with Muslims, you know, Moroccans and Turkish people? I was like, I don't know, I just feel better with them. They have common beliefs, they have common thoughts. And even back then, a lot of these brothers also said, you are already a Muslim. You believe in something higher, you believe in alcohol is bad, all these kinds of stuff. You're already a Muslim. They said this. But back in the days, I refused it because I didn't felt that white people could be Muslim back in the days. I thought it were Arabs, I thought it were, you know, but alhamdulillah, every single day, every single year, I learned more about it. At some point, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opened my heart. I remember that Ramadan came up when I was like really at a low point in my business. I was really experiencing all these negative thoughts, and Ramadan was there. So a few brothers said like, hey, let's just join us for iftar, you know, let's have a meal together. And I really enjoyed that. We had conversations to deep in the night about the meaning of life. And that was all I needed at that moment, because I was actually feeling really horrible of all of the things that I just experienced in my business and all of that. But they gave me so many insights, and I was asking them very critical questions, but every question that I asked them was giving me more faith. When I was convinced and I was like, okay, I think Islam is the thing for me. And we have every single evening, we're having these beautiful conversations. I remember that one Muslim said to me, okay, you believe it's the truth, but how much have you really looked into other religions? Because we don't only say it's the truth. He said, every religion says it's the truth, right? And I was like, yeah. He said, before you make the decision, do a little bit more research on other religions as well, because he said you will even be more convinced. And I was like, whoa, subhanAllah. That's what it means. I mean, that's real faith, right? If you can say like, look wherever you want in this planet Earth, and you will still come back to us and even more convinced.